What's good, YouTube and Twitch? We're live streaming right now with one of my hotter and woker takes, but hang on with me for the ride that often we see Blue Eyes compared to Charizard from Pokemon, saying Blue Eyes is the Charizard of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a dragon, Charizard isn't, and it is a poster boy of the game. So when people from outside of the game go, hey, what's the Charizard of Yu-Gi-Oh? What card should I be buying? I would argue that from a marketing standpoint, Blue Eyes is treated as actually the Pikachu of Yu-Gi-Oh! And there's another card that realistically from a marketing standpoint is the Charizard of Yu-Gi-Oh! And even on the second end of the market gets treated similarly to it. So let's start with how I arrived to this conclusion. Blue Eyes has been tanking on the secondary market, and Twitter is no stranger to saying, too much DM era support, I'm tired and sick of DM era being used to sell everything. Why was this character cut out and Meku Tsunami is there? DM era sucks. Well, yes, DM era tends to sell products, but for the first time ever, the community at large this year is feeling Blue Eyes fatigue. The weird English copy that's a throwback to a 90s reference of Blue Eyes, Starlight Rare from Animation Chronicle, has been making its rounds. If you haven't seen it, it has this huge block text for the name all in caps, and it's very controversial on this version of the card. I think it looks neat, but a lot of people don't. Then you have another special Blue Eyes coming out later this year in the Megatons, and maybe our Animation Chronicle will copy, you know, the Battles of Legend, have that same English Blue Eyes, and a lot of weird stuff has been happening for Blue Eyes. But after times, we've seen a ton of sinking of prices and true Blue Eyes fatigue even on our secondary market. Over here, tons upon tons of Platinum Blue Eyes that was solidly going for $5,000 for a while. I called out that it really seems ugly to me, somebody who's a connoisseur of stuff like these, somebody that would want it if it truly looked nice. It don't look like the glams. When we take a real look at a picture, it looks like a faded kind of not that good version. And the glams made it look really appealing, but it didn't turn out such. It has so many copies under $5,000 that are available, $3,500 lined up around that price point right now. You have the gold rare, which is a divisive rarity, to be fair, version of Blue Eyes, but I want it side by side here for its long-term year graph, where you see it sink, attempted buyout, sink back down again. The sealed for this product, which is one of the top cards for, is just up. So while the sealed product version of this goes up and one of the most collectible cards inside should be Blue Eyes, it's been doing nothing but tanking and deflating in price. Then you have Blue Eyes merch everywhere, just as you might for Pikachu. You have Blue Eyes statues. You have another officially licensed Blue Eyes statue out of France. You have Blue Eyes boxer shorts. You have Blue Eyes and Ghost Rare, right aside the competitor that I'm going to argue to be the Charizard of Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Magician Girl, who is a top and a head in this set. And here's where the turnaround begins for this argument. I think that Dark Magician Girl truly, at the end of the day, treated by our community, as well as Konami from a marketing standpoint, is the Charizard. Charizard gets less figures, less plushes, but still a lot of attention from Pokemon than Pikachu. And the community really eats up Charizard when it comes to Pokemon, although they also get to Charizard fatigue in the TCG of theirs at some points. Let's look through, though, from a product standpoint. An alternate Dark Magician Girl, just as you might have an alternate shiny Charizard, and she's the only double-dipped figure in the Max Factory Good Smile pop-up parade figure series. She also has a Kotobukiya and other figures among there. Then we get to the Megatons, the premier product of the year, and alongside our argued Pikachu, Blue Eyes, Dark Magician Girl gets a special alternate art here, but to further it, in the OCG around this special alter art, you get a product line made completely around her alter art to sell. From a marketing standpoint, it's starting to line up a little more, isn't it? And in the TCG, we already had a bundle around her similar to the OCG bundle that is being created. And this point actually just brings the question of like, well, Is there more? Is there like just this? Is that the end? No. Dark Magician Girl also had a stainless steel version just like Blue Eyes Platinum set up completely, and Dark Magician did not. You might be pointing to Dark Magician, well, why isn't he used that way? He has figures, he has other things coming out, the artwork series, stuff like that, but Dark Magician doesn't sell like Dark Magician Girl does, and is not treated by the community as such. In fact, let's back it up real quick over to TCG Player, and go to Battle of Chaos, where we did get the special alternate art, Dark Magician included, that these other three are getting treated in the 10s later, at 1 per 1.5 cases. That's like 18 booster boxes, you would see a Dark Magician, and maybe there's even more of them because he could appear anywhere in the pack. This special looked forward to throwback 90s version of him, well, it's done nothing but super sink in price, and this is at a rate of like, at best, 1 per case? It's crazy that he is so low for the price and treated by the community like this, of like basically not mattering for the special one-off version right now. But when the community looks at Dark Magician Girl, almost every version of her long-term has become some kind of stonks. And you do have another special Dark Magician Girl, again, treated by that. Where's these special Dark Magicians happening? You have the Asia Championship deck box, but what I'm actually going towards is the Duel Links promotion Crystal Art. Now, in the OCG, they had the Crystal Art Dark Magician and Blue Eyes as something you could purchase, but this is an official prize to look forward to by Konami, the lottery, giveaway, whatever. This thing goes for a lot of cash. Most people ask $5,000. I've seen it sell for $4,000 to $5,000. And again, this is a TCG-like promotion in those regions. This is once again Dark Magician Girl, where they, at Konami, they know this is what the player base wants. This is what the player base will eat up more than Dark Magician. They know Dark Magician Girl is more over than Dark Magician, just as Charizard would be more over many of the dragon types or other things they could try to push with Pokemon for the Gen 1ers and the member wins and sellability of products, like the first for figures Charizard figure. This right here is where Konami knows cash is being made. Where Blue Eyes, they cash in time and time again, and people from the outside looking in say it's our Charizard. It's actually starting to be treated a little more, and a little more, and a little more by our own community like Pikachu, and from a marketing standpoint, has always been treated like Pikachu. But let me know what you guys think about this argument. Oh yeah, the craziness around the Dark Magician Girl. That's the Lost Art promotion, if you're not familiar with LART. And how it's the only reprinted card in the LART series due to the demand. How about that one, actually? That's a really good point. Dark Magician Girl LART is something that I didn't even think of for this discussion. And it's just crazy how high in price certain reprints have gotten. But yeah, it's the Lost Art promotion. It's basically the top of it. Promotion. Yeah, this will come with Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is live editing done cheap. Not even there. This card got re-waved due to the demand. And it actually has two different versions where this one does not have a border around the anniversary art, and this one does, so you can tell which one is the reprint. So the original holds some extra value, which has gone on over time, as I said it would. This card was at the locals for 2 weeks, and so much scumbaggery went over it. It was a huge scandal. It was up towards $70, $80. You would have locals not handing out all of them, a bunch of them appearing on eBay for way more, people wanting this so bad it going out everywhere. It was a huge deal, and Konami recognized the impact and potential of that and re-waved this in the LART series, which has not been done for any other card in here. And what kind of character would be treated that way? Charizard by demand. No other card in the series would have this rabidness around it. Not even some version of Blue Eyes, most likely, although it would be up there. Again, the community partially treats it Blue Eyes like Charizard, but the argument is from a marketing standpoint, and now throughout continuous fallout, it is also the community starting to catch on that Blue Eyes is marketed as Pikachu, where Dark Magician is marketed more similarly to Charizard. Thanks for watching today's video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this conversation and kind of look into a communal direction that you might not have considered, from like Konami and how they actually move things and how the community perceives things, I enjoy doing these mix-ups. And while it is a bit of a hot take and outside looking in will still point as Blue Eyes being our Charizard, I would argue it's Dark Magician Girl, and I'll still do it again.